There is a giant rock floating in space that could make every single person on Earth a billionaire. I'm talking about an asteroid worth an estimated $10 quintillion. That's a 10 with 18 zeros. The whole global economy? About $100 trillion. This asteroid, known as 16 Psyche, is worth 100,000 times that. So why haven't we gone to get it? What's the catch? Well, the truth is far more shocking than you can imagine. This isn't just any old space rock. Scientists believe 16 Psyche is the leftover iron core of a shattered protoplanet from billions of years ago. It's a giant floating ball of metal, iron, nickel, and most importantly, precious metals like gold, platinum, and iridium. Down here on Earth, we fight wars over resources. We have poverty and scarcity. Up there, just past Mars, is an almost infinite supply of the very materials our civilization is built on. We know where it is, we've done the math, but we're stuck. It's the ultimate paradox. The greatest treasure in the solar system is just sitting there, but getting it is a cosmic nightmare. But the dream is becoming reality. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are making space travel cheaper and more accessible than ever before. Missions are already planned to visit asteroids like 16 Psyche, not just to study them, but to figure out how to mine them. The idea of capturing an asteroid and bringing its riches back to Earth has moved from science fiction to the engineering drawing board. But this is where the real problem starts. It's a little something called the rocket equation, or as engineers call it, the tyranny of fuel. Lifting anything out of Earth's gravity well is incredibly expensive. Bringing something heavy back down? That's even harder and more dangerous. Imagine trying to steer a mountain-sized chunk of metal through our atmosphere without it burning up or crashing catastrophically. The logistics are a nightmare. But let's say we solve it. Let's say we manage to bring back just 1% of 16 Psyche's gold. What happens next? This is the big twist, the trap that nobody talks about. To understand it, we need to look at a little bit of history, specifically the story of aluminum. Not too long ago, aluminum was the most valuable metal on Earth, more precious than gold or platinum. Napoleon III, the Emperor of France, famously served his most honored guests on plates made of aluminum, while the lesser guests had to make do with gold. Why? Because it was incredibly rare and difficult to extract. Then, in 1886, a new process was invented that made producing aluminum incredibly cheap. Suddenly, the most precious metal in the world became so common we use it to wrap our leftovers. The price collapsed. Now imagine that happening to gold. The entire value of precious metals is based on one thing: scarcity. The moment the first massive shipment of gold from 16 Psyche lands on Earth, the market will shatter. Gold's price would plummet, not to zero, but close enough. The $10 quintillion valuation? It's an illusion. It's a treasure that destroys its own value the moment you touch it. The idea that mining this asteroid will make everyone a billionaire in cash is fundamentally flawed. So, is the whole idea of space mining pointless? Is 16 Psyche just a fool's paradise? Absolutely not. We're just looking at it the wrong way. The real value of 16 Psyche isn't about bringing its resources down to Earth. It's about using them in space. Think about it. Why haul millions of tons of steel into orbit to build spaceships and habitats when it's already up there, waiting for us? Asteroids like 16 Psyche are the floating factories, and construction yards of the future. We wouldn't be shipping metal down the gravity well. We'd be shipping it across the solar system. This is where the concept of a Type 2 civilization comes into play. A Type 1 civilization, which we are getting close to, is a species that can harness all the energy available on its home planet. A Type 2 civilization can harness all the energy of its home star. To do that, you need to build on a colossal scale. We're talking about O'Neill cylinders, massive, rotating habitats that could house millions of people in an Earth-like environment. We're talking about Dyson swarms, immense collections of solar collectors orbiting the sun, capturing a huge fraction of its energy output. You can't build these mega structures with materials launched from a single planet. It's impossible. But with the resources from an entire asteroid belt, it becomes not just possible, but inevitable. That's the real treasure. The billionaire status isn't about money in your bank account. It's about access to near-limitless energy, resources, and space. It's about an era of post-scarcity, where humanity is no longer fighting over scraps on one small, fragile rock. It's about securing our long-term survival by becoming a multi-planetary species. The wealth of 16 Psyche isn't gold or platinum. It's the key to unlocking the rest of the solar system. It's the raw material for our species' next great chapter. So the $10 quintillion asteroid won't make you rich in the way you think. It'll do something far more important. It will give us a future. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? We look up at the stars and see distant lights, but we're actually looking at the building blocks of our own descendants' world. The next giant leap for mankind won't be a single footstep on another planet, but the moment we learn to build our future out there among the stars. The story of 16 Psyche is a reminder that the universe is far grander and more complex than we can imagine, and our own potential is just as vast. What do you think? Should we focus on bringing resources back to Earth or using them to expand into space? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey into the future of humanity, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next exploration into the cosmos. Thanks for watching.